Hi everybody, this is Spiritual Mixtape and I'm Daisy Mack. This episode, we have the Aries New Moon Breathwork. I'm going to teach you a mini version here, and the longer version is actually up in the free community. It won't be free forever. But this side of my operation, I'm making things easy for myself, and I'm just leaving these energy collection that I'm building. So it's breathwork timed to the things that we're talking about in the energy updates. So Taurus season, that's coming up this week, the Aries New Moon, and just, well, I also wanted to do Earth Day, but I honestly don't know if I'm going to get enough time. Earth Day's on the 22nd. We might just have to have Earth Day at another point in the year. You know, like when people have Christmas in July, might have to be one of those. I'm a full-time breathwork teacher who happens to read energy. And the way I read energy seems to really be appealing to you. And for the longest time, it didn't really connect. But this week, the last energy update got 22,000 views, which is just incredible. Like, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's subscribed. And oh my gosh, keep leaving comments. I can't always reply to them on the same day, but I promise you, I'm going to get back to every single one of you, even the ones where you're telling me off for something as well. Respond to it. I can respond to feedback. This, though, is my absolute baby, and it very much is at the beginning of how I teach it. So when I teach live, I always talk about the energy and I bring in the intention of what's happening into the breath work. And I believe that breath is our most vital and most important mechanism, and we do not understand it and we underrate it. Now, what I found with astrology and energy in general is that I couldn't really understand what people were telling me, but what I was feeling was more than what was happening in my life. That's what the last, since 2018 has been like for me, a small disconnect. And that's how the energy updates were born. Rather than looking and seeking the right astrology teacher to tell me how to feel or how to respond to what was happening or to keep studying myself, I kept listening to what people were actually saying. And I was like, I felt like that too. And then when I started teaching breathwork full time and people would come in and they would all say the same things at the same time, and you can chart it through the energy. But the issue was they could feel all these things happening, but they couldn't process it and they couldn't turn it into what the positive is. And look, I'm not out here preaching that everything should be positive at all. I think that, and I just did a really big pause there, but I think that grief in itself is something that we should all go through and feel, and it makes us a better human to feel it. So that's an example of how I find the positive in something negative there, which is grief is something I ran away from my whole life. And then when my dad died, and even before that, because cancer's weird, it can kind of steal the person before they're gone. And with my dad, I grieved him before he went, and then I really grieved him afterwards. And I never felt grief like that before. And I'd run away from endings, I think. So my positive on feeling that is I wouldn't be here talking to you now. I wouldn't be making energy updates. I wouldn't be teaching breathwork if it wasn't for that moment of really terrible grief, just in my bones grief. If I'd never learned to understand and go through an ending, I wouldn't be a better person now. That's the truth. And that's my positive on it. I am a better person for it. Although sometimes I kind of wish I'd never had to go through it and I wish my dad was back. But, that's not life. And the whole beauty of being human and in this moment now is that you get to love, and to love means for things to end. So all of this is to say, this is the beginning of our Spiritual Mixtape energy breathwork collection. So every month I'm going to drop in a collection of breathworks on the zodiac sign, so where the sun is, what the moons are up to, and anything else I think sort of catches our fancy. Back in February, I actually made a karma one because of all the crazy karma. So I'm going to drop that into the membership as well, or in the portals. So we'll be doing those as well at 556677. And of course, my favorite of all, 88. I'm always doing something crazy and witchy on that date. But let me teach you the breath. I teach a trauma-informed breath pattern. It's the same thing in every practice that you come to with me, whether you're breathing with me in person, or whether you're in my membership, or whether you're watching something on the YouTube. It's 2 inhales for every exhale. It's a breath deep into the body first. I call it a belly breath. My yogis out there will be familiar with that. And then a breath into the heart. So we breathe into the belly, then into the heart, and out. Breathe in, and out. That's the pattern, that's it. Why do I teach like this? Everything is connected. I don't ever teach with a breath hold. This is because I had PTSD, as you all know. I talk about it a lot. I had PTSD, and my biggest issue in life when that was that period was the freeze response. I was a fighter under stress, fight or flight. Like some people want to get the hell out of the room. I wanted to be combustible. And then all of a sudden, when I got the PTSD, I couldn't fight. I wasn't running anywhere. I just froze. And all the things that I used to do to take care of myself, like I would do juice cleanses to deal with my psoriasis, all these things, they actually started to exacerbate the freeze response. And what I felt like, though, was I just felt like I was failing. I felt like I'd had, all this success. And then all of a sudden I had PTSD and I couldn't even drink a juice. When you hold the breath, that does the same thing. So I am always hyper aware in my practice of not wanting to exacerbate the stress response in people. I love anyone that does a box breath, anything like that. But if you've found breathing hard, or you've been watching those huffy puffy teachers and you're like, whoa, this is not working for me, it could be because it exacerbates stress in your body. So how I teach is super gentle, 2 inhales for every exhale. I'm just trying to get you to full lung capacity. That's what the second breath in does. But this is actually something that babies do. Babies, when they're self-soothing, when they're crying, they take 2 inhales. So this is a breath pattern that your body will recognize. And when you do have a big ugly girl cry, at the end when you go, you're taking 2 inhales. So your body knows this. But how we teach it, or how I teach it, is gentle. Everything connected. See, I try not to even give you too many cues when I'm teaching you the breath, because I want you to see that it's connected. Now, if you're pregnant, you can do breath work, but it is heating. So I only ever say to my pregnant clients that I'll teach them in person, basically. So if you're watching this and you want to do it, but you're pregnant, I do have a diaphragmatic preggers babes breathwork a few episodes back. Go do that one. That's a really good one. And then come to me in LA or online and I can teach you how to do it in person. Now, if you have an existing medical condition, always check with your medical provider first. Like I said, this is gentle, but it isn't medical advice. I've taught you the breath pattern twice now. I'm going to teach it to you for a third time, and then we're going to go through a 6-minute practice. Not all of it's in breath. This is a really, really quick way to get into Aries New Moon energy whenever you need it. The Aries New Moon, or Aries energy in general, right? We know that this is about starts. It's really it's a fire sign. It wants to ignite what you are beginning. This is no longer a wish. This is decision energy. This is movement. And this is the year of the fire horse, which is all about that movement. But what I love about working with energy in the breath is that it gives you a framework to feel and to work within. When you are just sitting there reading about the Aries new moon, but you don't feel connected to the energy, but you want what it's offering, but you just can't get there, the breath allows you to feel and experience emotions, energies, without the mind getting too involved. That's what's special about it. Now, if this is your first time doing breath work, you may not get there, and you should be gentle on yourself with that. It's also only 5 minutes, which might not be deep enough for all the big stress that you might have on your plate right now. But just knowing that this is what you want to do, keep coming back to it. Do it for a week. Try it. Just the breath work, not all my chitter chatter before, just the breath work. I really swear by this. I've seen it work for countless clients, but I honestly wouldn't have ever started if I didn't see it transform me. I have been on such a weird journey that I haven't taught as much online, and I haven't been able to give the podcast as much as I used to. And it's really lovely to be here with you now and sharing this Aries new moon. Bookmark this if you like this energy. Come back to it, because it's all about the archetypes. the archetype of the start, the changing challenge into opportunity, starting a new business, the whole of part of the longer breath work, I designed it around constantly coming back to the energy of I am brave enough to bring this idea to life. I was brave enough to bring this idea to life, and really working with programming the energy in the body. You don't need to understand it before you feel it. Once you feel it, then you can pursue the understanding. This is very much a somatic practice. Your breath works with the physiology of the body, not necessarily with the firing of the mind. I hope that excites you enough to go through this and keep an open mind. Should we try it? Let's find that first breath into the belly, second into the heart. Exhale. Let's do 4 breaths like that. Breathe into the belly, into the heart. Really sigh it out here. Good work. Breathe in. Again. Another sigh. Breathe in. Again. And out. Breathe in. Again. And out. Now this time we're going to breathe into the belly and we're going to breathe into the heart, but we're going to choose Aries energies to breathe in. Let's begin. Breathe in, I am ready to the belly. Breathe in, I am motivated to the heart. And exhale. Breathe in, I am ready. Breathe in, I am motivated. And out. Breathe in, I am ready. Breathe in, I am motivated. Let it go. Breathe in, I am authentic. Breathe in, I am intuitive. Let it go. Breathe in, I am authentic. Breathe in, I am intuitive. Release. Breathe into the belly, I am independent. Breathe into the heart, I am courageous. Let it go. Breathe in, I am independent. Breathe in, I am courageous. Let it go. Breathe in independence. Breathe in courage. Release the breath. Now for the rest of this song, we're going to release anything that creates fear of beginnings. Whether it's being enough, not being enough at all. Whether it's simply wanting to be perfect before you begin. All of that is gone. We're going to breathe in, super deep to the heart, and you're going to have the most powerful exhale here. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out fear. Breathe in again, and let go of fear. Breathe in, and again, let go of being perfect. Breathe in, and again, let go of being perfect. Breathe in, and again, let go of being perfect. Breathe in, again, release people pleasing. Breathe in, again, and just sigh here. Breathe in, again, and sigh. You're already into the final song of the breathwork. This new moon, this new idea that you're bringing into life, it takes a different version of you. What is that identity? Can you see that version of you? Can you touch it? Can you feel it? whatever just came through for you. Hold that in your hand, put it into the heart, and let's do some closing breaths. Breathe in, and again, and out. Deepest of the deepest ones yet. And out. Breathe in, and again, 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 and out. In, again, and out. Breathe in that new identity. Hold it in your heart. And now you can let the breath go as we sink into meditation. You are the version of you who has already brought this idea into the real world. You know the path. You have the knowledge. And you know that you can do it. Let that sink in. You can put a hand on the heart, deeply connect. Now put yourself into the light. This light is tuned to your highest and best. And whatever you have seen today, whatever you're working with, that or something better is coming to you now. And so it is. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. This is my first breathwork for the energy collection, and of course it's done for the Aries New Moon. Starting before you feel ready, doing something new, being a little bit scared but still working through it, and knowing that it will land for who it's meant to land for. Please know that you are enough, that whatever idea has been percolating for you, you are meant to bring and create and be alive in the world. I am really, really glad to be here with you, and I'm really grateful that you took the time to do this breath work with me. If you liked it, the longer versions it's actually in the free side of the community. And I teach live in the free community, morning meditations, first Monday in May, apologies. And look, you're looking at someone who's completely imperfect, who doesn't feel ready, but knows that they can do it and knows that I want to give this to you so that you can have a transformation and a change, and so that you can work with the energy. It was always such a weird thing for me that I could understand the astrology, but I couldn't act on it. This breathing with it gives me the opportunity to act with Aries energy. And I've got to say, I don't have a lot of Aries energy in my chart or in my life, or it feels instinctual to me. I feel pretty scared all of the time. So I love a little bit of doing, like to just do without thinking. That sounds wonderful to me. And that is Aries and Aries New Moon. I am very much someone that will overthink. So this is like, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you want to breathe with me more, I do morning meditations first Monday in May, 5 days in a row. And that's in the free community. No paywall, no charge, but you do need to make an account because it is a private community. And please keep joining the waitlist. So many of you have reached out, so lovely. I have a waitlist for the Costa Rica retreat. Okay, let me just tell you about it real quick. It's in a really undisturbed, perfect part of Costa Rica, which does mean that you get an off-grid experience. This is really the most eco that we could go. And you get monkeys and macaws, which are my favorite birds ever, just in your bedroom with you, basically. 4 houses on the beach, a beautiful open air breathwork platform. It's a yoga platform, really. It's honestly going to be incredible. And I'm so stoked that this is our first Spiritual Mixtape retreat. So if that sort of tickles you, please join the waitlist so that when I am done with all the costing up of everything, you'll be the first to know. And then we have our certification waitlist as well. Oh my God, I love the certification. If you want to record a breathwork in a real studio and have me hold your hand through it, that's the one for you. And thank you so much for being here. To all the new subscribers, gosh, thank you for being open-minded. And to all my OGs, I appreciate you being here from day one and letting me experiment to get to this point. Okay, I'll see you Sunday for the next energy update.